Once, in a fold of the hills, there was a stately home called Badgerwood House. Families came to visit it and play and have picnics in its beautiful park. Behind the house was a children's farmyard with lots of animals. One of the animals was a piglet. His name was Piggo.
Piggo on the Bonfire. At Badgerwood, there were 6 gardeners who looked after the whole park. Piggo only knew the one who looked after the flowers near the farmyard, and his name was Pop. He was friends with Clarence, their keeper. Pop was nice. He was old and a bit stooped over, but his eyes were bright and twinkly, and he had whiskers. Piggo was watching Pop work. The tall flowers, which had been so pretty all summer, were over now, stiff and dead and brown. Pop was cutting them down, pulling them out and putting them on his wheelbarrow to make way for new ones next year. When the barrow was full, Pop wheeled it round and emptied it onto a big heap at the back. Then he went into his little gardener's shed nearby, sat down, reached for his flask on the bench, poured himself a cup of tea and sat looking out. Clarence came along. "Hiya, Pop," he shouted in a friendly way. "How do?" replied Pop. "Busy?" Clarence asked Pop. "Just making a bit of a bonfire," replied Pop. "I know you likes one for bonfire night." Clarence laughed. "Well, I do, but my animals don't. They hate fireworks and flames." "Ah, I know," Pop said. "'Tis a pity people don't take more care of their animals on bonfire night and shut 'em in safe. Anyway, I shan't be lighting this one for a bit. I got a lot more stuff to go on. I 'spect I'll lighten tomorrow morning." Clarence nodded. "OK, Pop. Must get on. I've got to feed the sheep. See you later." He raised his hand in a friendly wave and set off. Piggo went to visit Edgar, the Shire horse. It was nice in Edgar's stable. There were pretty ribbon rosettes pinned on the wall. Edgar had won them in shows. He liked Piggo to look at them all and tell him which one he liked best. On his way home, Piggo went past Pop's shed in case Pop was in there eating a sandwich. He often did in the afternoon, and he would sometimes give Piggo a piece of bread. But no, Pop's shed door was closed and there was no sign of life. Or was there? He heard a rustling behind him from the bonfire. It was a hedgehog, but not one Piggo knew. This one was large and spiky. It was also very busy, bustling along the bottom part of the bonfire, peering into the dark holes. It chattered to itself in a pleased voice. "Oh yes," it was saying, "now this is just the spot I've been looking for. Nice and warm and dry, lots of leaves and cosy garden rubbish. Just the place to go to sleep for the winter. I won't feel the cold in here." Piggo spun round. "What did you say?" he asked. "I said this is a nice place," said the hedgehog rather crossly. "And it is. I found it first. I suppose you want it for yourself. Well, I need it more than you do. I have to hibernate. It's not easy to find the right place. This heap is just what I was looking for, and I'm not going to let you spoil it." Piggo managed to get a word in at last. "I don't want to spoil it, but you can't sleep here. This heap is going to be a bonfire. They're going to light it tomorrow. I heard Pop say so." The hedgehog jumped back from the heap as if it was burning already. "Oh no," he said, aghast. I was just about to move in." "Well, you mustn't," Piggo said, and after a little think he asked, "Have you tried the feed shed, where Clarence keeps all the hay and corn? You'd be safe under the bales in there. It's where Hattie the cat lives, so you wouldn't be lonely, and Clarence wouldn't mind. He likes hedgehogs." The hedgehog asked, "Where is it? You see, I live in the wood and I don't come here very often." "I'll show you," offered Piggo, and the two animals, one smooth and one prickly, made their way up to the feed shed. The next day, when all the heap of garden rubbish had gone, and only a white circle of ash was left, Piggo felt very glad to think of his new friend safe under the hay bales in the feed shed.